Am I the a-hole for continuing to call my future stepmom by her first name? For simplicity, I, 19 female, will refer to the girlfriend, 28 female, of my dad, 43 male, as my stepmom. When I was in high school, my stepmom was my after-school dance tutor.
Oh, no.
Over a year after my parents got divorced, my stepmom told me she had always had feelings for my dad and asked my permission to ask him out. My stepmom has a very long and hard to pronounce Hispanic last name. She has a short American first name. I'm used to calling her by her first name, but my dad doesn't like that. He wants me to call her Ms., her last name, or a variation of mom and some other title of authority. I call her Ms., her last name, when my dad is around, but I call her by her first name when it's just her and I. My stepmom doesn't like it when people mispronounce or struggle to say her last name. Am I the a-hole?
Ooh, that one's tough, man.
It's interesting.
Yeah. It's just so awkward. Why would he date her?
Well, what, you mean a younger woman? There's a lot of guys that date younger women.
Well, it's okay to date a younger woman. I'm not opposed to that. I'm just saying, well, you're the one for me, right?
And I am younger. Extremely young compared to you.
Again. But I mean, it sounds like she had a relationship with the stepmother prior to the relationship.
Yeah, so she was her dance tutor, and she was interested in the dad, so she asked him out. But it sounded like the mom and him had been separated for over a year, so at least there was some time there. It's not like he was cheating on the mom with her, and it sounds like she likes her. I don't see anything. I think the dad is trying to find a way for the stepmom to have like a respect, I think it's a respect thing for the dad. Maybe he feels like the first name is just too informal, not super respectful, but they're only like 8 or 9 years apart, right? She was 19.
I don't think the dad's right in expecting her to call her
Ms.
Yeah,
So-and-so,
the whole Ms.
or-
thing's kind of strange to
Yeah,
me.
because that's super formal.
Yeah.
On the other end, it's kind of like,
I don't like it.
I don't know.
I
So
don't like it.
I'm a stepmom,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
My stepdaughter.
And I require my daughter to call her Ms.
Ms.
Yeah,
No,
no.
to be honest, my stepdaughter calls me by my first name, and sometimes, she'll call me Mama, like joke, like, "Hey, Mama, can I have?"
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da," But for the most part, a lot of times she calls me by my first name. She has a mom. It's okay. That's kind of where we're at, and I want her to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
To me, I guess that has always been my thing. I think whatever the child feels comfortable with is the best thing, and it'd be different if the child was being rude or disrespectful to the stepmom.
Absolutely, yeah.
But that
absolutely.
doesn't sound like that's the issue at all. So that was just kind of interesting, and I thought like that'll be fun to read because like
Right.
I'm a stepmom.
Yeah. So this kind of resonates with you, you know.
To me, honestly, like I don't care. I really don't care whatever she's comfortable
Excuse me.
with. And like I said, sometimes she'll call me mom. So I had her brother afterwards, and so obviously he calls me mom or mama, and so then she would, hey mama, kind of casually, and it's super sweet, and I do like when she calls me that, but doesn't hurt my feelings when she calls me Denise either.
Right. No, I totally agree with you. I kind of feel like what the dad is trying to do with this whole Ms. thing is a little much. I think it's a little much, I can see if she's being disrespectful, then maybe have a conversation with her, but the whole Ms. thing is just a whole nother level of, I don't know. I'm going out on a limb here.
Yeah.
A whole nother level of weirdness.
It's
I
kinda
feel
weird.
it's kind of strange.
So this is like a newer one, so we don't have anything here yet as far as what the community thinks, but there's a few comments I'll read just for fun to see what other people are thinking. This person said, nobody in the entire history of Earth has ever called a stepmother Ms. last name. That's insane.
Like I said, it's kind of strange, but
Yeah. And I almost, when I first started, I was like, maybe she had called her Ms. last name, when she was her dance instructor, but she didn't. This other person said, Dad probably doesn't like being reminded of the fact that his girlfriend and his daughter are less than a decade apart in age and is trying to force her to do it, so he feels like he isn't marrying her peer.
well, that's a him issue. That's not a her issue.
Yeah. This person said my 75-year-old dad is dating someone 10 years older than me, and I'm fine with it. But I think I'd be pretty pissed about it if I were still a teenager. Being 44, it's okay with me. So that means like she's like 54 and dad's 75. So,
Yeah,
that's a
as long
little
as he's
bit.
happy, you know. In like this whole case here, I don't find it a problem that what he's doing is a problem. Just his terminology of what he's trying to, tell his daughter to,
What he wants her to do, the way he wants her to behave about
that's
it.
the part I have an issue with.
This one. My dad's second wife was 8 years older than me and is the same age as my husband. It was weird because she looked older than my mom, which my mom got a real kick out of. So maybe it is the issue that he's having is that they are close in age, and he's trying to create some distance there or some. I think it's a him issue. For sure.
It's a him issue. Yeah, I think it's a him issue.
Yeah. So right now we don't have anything as far as. But what do you think? I don't think she's the a-hole at all.
I don't think she's the a-hole. To even say that he's the a-hole, I think is kind of a reach. I do think he's the a-hole compared to her, because I don't think she's doing anything wrong. What would you call that? Would that be like he's not insecure, right? Or maybe
I think
a
he
bit
might be
insecure.
a little insecure about the relationship,
right?
And the age and all of that good stuff.
So he needs to really figure that out for himself and not put that on his daughter.
Well, and and who knows? Maybe he talked to the stepmom and she feels a certain way about it too, but it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like it's all him.
Yeah.
So Dad, get it together. Let them decide what's comfortable for them, because I think the more he's involved, the more awkward it's going to be. Both of them are kind of trying to figure out how to feel about each other, and it sounds like the stepmom respects the daughter. She asked her, "Is it okay if I ask out your dad?" So I think that's really cool.
She asked for permission to marry her dad. I thought that was fantastic. That's great. I think that's really awesome. But yeah, I think you're right. Dad, take a step back and let these two figure it out.
So I don't think right now anybody's really the a-hole, but I think if they don't work it out soon, there's going to be hurt feelings somewhere.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I would have to say it's probably leaning more towards the dad than it is the daughter. So.
Agreed.
But you guys, let us know what you think down below. Who do you think is the a-hole here? Do you think it's the dad or do you think it's the mom?
No, the daughter.
Oh yeah.
The mom's not here.
The daughter of the
The mom is long gone.
Yeah. Well, that sucks. But let us know what your guys' thoughts are down below. We'd love to hear from you guys. Let's get the conversation going down below. Denise will be responding to you, and she'd love to say hi and talk. Well, me too.
Yeah. Thank you for stopping by.
Peace out, you guys.
Bye.